What's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be beginning the final arc of the Benjamin Percy Teen Titans comic book run. Then it's a three-part story arc focused entirely on Beast Boy. It's set in the aftermath of Super Sons of Tomorrow and the Dark Knight's Metal event. And then this immediately leads into Justice League No Justice, and then that's it for this team entirely. So it's kind of a sad thing where I'm at now. I'm excited to be done with it, but I'm also kind of sad that this run is coming to an end, that I'm going to be done talking about it, because going back and kind of rereading this thing, it's been a fun time. But we'll save my final thoughts on this Teen Titans book when I get to issue 19. So this issue is in the aftermath of that. Let's go ahead and do what we normally do with a brief summation of things that happen in the issue, and then I'll give my pros and cons, thoughts about it, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Let's keep going. Oh, crap. I hated this Deathstroke vs. Batman storyline, by the way. There's a nice cover there. Is that Death there? Huh. But anyways, so the issue picks up immediately, kind of like a little bit after the fact. The tower was destroyed after Superboy went supernova. The Teen Titans are there. This one's a Beast Boy-centered storyline. He's feeling kind of depressed about the events that happened. He's not sure where he is anymore. He's feeling like everything's kind of hopeless after the stuff with Tim Drake. He's not his typical self. He's kind of down in the dumps. But anyways, so truly, man, if anything, as you can see, the Titans are there to kind of comfort him. Just like, you're not feeling well. It's okay. Things will be fine. Hey, things have fallen up. And even Kid Flash kind of points out, hey, things have fallen apart before, like when Damian fired me, and Damian's like, you're never going to stop reminding me of that, are you? But we always come back. And the Titans are there to encourage him, but Beast Boy's like, sorry, not right now. I feel like kind of flying solo. So he's been feeling really down in the dumps after everything. His family picture was kind of there, so it kind of affected him. Elsewhere on the Golden Gate Bridge, there's a kid who's getting bullied. He's got this kind of VR implant inside of him, which kind of possesses him, causing him to take control of a bus and try and drive it off the side of the bridge. The Titans are there. They show up working together to stop him, and they ultimately save the bus. Elsewhere, Beast Boy's being kind of an egomaniac, and he's just like, all right, send this to your followers, and some guy says something that he's not okay with, and it kind of pisses him off, and so he throws a really hard pitch, and everyone kind of gets mad at him. So he just kind of wants attention. He just wants acceptance through the world, and it's just kind of getting to him that he's just kind of down in the dumps. So this is like, all right, this will kind of like make me feel a little bit better. But then it doesn't end up going well, so after the pitch, everyone's kind of booing him, getting mad at him, and he's just like, leave me alone, and then he finds a fan, he gets really excited, and then he immediately turns into a dog trying to lick and kiss them, which is probably not something you should do to a stranger, Gar, but yeah, it didn't work. So it turns out she was a hologram, and then we'll pick that up in a second. So then they're trying to ask about what happened with the bus. Raven says some things. There is some nice humor kind of thrown in here. Ray, you're awesome. One of my favorite people on the planet. But just a friendly tip, that sounds super creepy. Let me swallow your fear, children. That does kind of sound creepy. And so we have this one kid who's just like, it was him. He tried to kill us. And then Damian confronts him. Several children have pointed the finger saying, you harassed this perp prior to the incident, which he was the kid who threw a spitball on him. I've learned over 400 forms of torture from the League of Assassins. Talk. Okay, it's kind of funny. And the team just like, Jesus, Robin, get off him. So they kind of have to pull him back and from snapping at this kid, and it is pretty funny. But he does ultimately confess what he says. He's like, oh, he's just a dweeb, Uber, he thinks he's better than us, yada yada yada. So Damian's just like trying to get a report on his condition. Starfire says everything's okay. Damian runs a scan on him, and he sees that there's something going on with his full frontal lobe. And so Beast Boy gets taken by that one girl named Joran, and they end up in the woods to a place called Nevrland, just like in the Peter Pan mythos. Neverland. So Beast Boy comes here. He comes to find that he has a bunch of fans here. They're all really excited to see him. They're basically, as Beast Boy kind of points out, like a version of Silicon Valley. They all kind of do their own things. It's all about limitless potential, VR, tech, just a bunch of tech stuff, and they talk about how Beast Boy is like this social media sensation, which, by the way, I just want to point out, I love the little cameo from the Teen Titans cartoon Beast Boy. I thought that was kind of a neat touch. But basically, he's just saying so much of stuff. There's kind of they're targeting him because he has some influence over people and the demographic, and so they're going to kind of use him to manipulate him for their plans of sorts. Like, here, why don't you try this little thing called Pixie, named after Tinkerbell's magic dust? It's kind of got this technology that allows the user to live in many worlds at once and experience their dreams. Kind of, I've seen kind of this plot done in Batman Beyond, where the teens like go into kind of this like VR world of sorts, and it like makes them feel better and stuff. But Beast Boy is just kind of like, he sees the girl for who she really is, and he ultimately agrees to kind of join her up on her quest there. But also, the Teen Titans are simultaneously investigating what happened with the one kid who had head trauma, kind of got possessed, and turns out he had some sort of device implanted into his brain. And Starfire asked Amy, what's the difference between cutting edge and bleeding edge technology? Bleeding edge can kill. And so they're like figuring out that there's clearly something wrong here, and this girl's obviously very suspicious. So Beast Boy, after saying some kind of lame jokes or whatever, ultimately agrees to take on the little pixie implant and ingest it into his nose. And of course, it's like a high to him. He's like, I feel really good. Who needs the Teen Titans when I have you? So that's kind of a brief summation of what happens in this arc, per se, in the first issue in the arc. So just me kind of quickly summarizing it. But yeah, so Beast Boy, he's feeling kind of down about everything that's kind of happened, and so he stupidly agrees to just ingest something that he has no idea what it is, because he's kind of clueless, and they're kind of playing up to like his ego, per se, where like he just wants acceptance, and they're giving it to him, and they're giving him as much appreciation, love, and support, all the things that he really wants. Obviously, he really misses his family, so this is kind of his way to cope with that loss. It's just as much attention and love as possible, because he's missing something like really close and intimate with that he had with his family, something really like pure. So, you know, he obviously uses that to kind of mask his pain. But so he just ultimately does that kind of stupidly. The rest of the Teen Titans are there's a few funny bits here and there. The art style, once again, I have to pinpoint, is really good. I just love the way the Titans are drawn here. I just love the way it looks. Some things, there are some funny bits kind of thrown in the issue, particularly a few funny lines centered around Raven. There's a funny section with Damien, because again, I think Percy was good at interjecting some humor into his books. Probably my favorite part in the issue was when he threatens this high school kid, I guess, by threatening to kill him, or not kill him per se, but torture him for information, and the kid's just terrified, and they all have to kind of pull him off him. But again, I just like seeing the team work together. The Beast Boy stuff, there's some kind of cringy stuff here with some jokes that just don't really kind of sit with me. Hey, have you ever noticed, again, it's just kind of him saying a joke, and it just wasn't really funny per se. But I also like the little Easter egg with the Teen Titans cartoon version of Beast Boy kind of thrown in there. I thought that was kind of neat. But him ingesting this thing, it just kind of felt like, yeah, it kind of makes him out to be really dumb. But I feel like this is something that if anyone was going to do it, he probably would. Oh yeah, I feel great. Like he seems a little too trusting of people. That's kind of been his issue. But yeah, so that's basically Teen Titans issue number 17. It's a pretty quick one. Artwork is nice. There's a few funny bits, and it's the starting of the final story arc of the Benjamin Percy run. And with a lot of Percy stuff, he often like talked a lot about technology and the dark web and all those other things. But yeah, so that's the issue. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. Nothing too spectacular or anything like that. But I'm looking forward to talking about the last two issues of this run. Then we'll get to No Justice, then the special, and then I am done. So anyways, what are your thoughts on this issue? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends, and as always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.